Hello and welcome. At the time of making this, it is December 2022. The latest Steam hardware survey results for November shows the NVIDIA GTX 1650 as the most used model of video card, overtaking the 1060 which has been there for as long as I can remember. I happen to have a 1650, here it is, a Gigabyte model, 2 fans, no PCI power connector needed. I also happen to have the Intel Arc A380. This one is made by Asrock. They are similar in size to each other. This one only has one fan and does need an 8-pin PCIe power connector. These GPUs are roughly similar in placement. I'm in the UK and Arc cards were first sold by eBuyer, which is where I got my A380 from. Here we see the A380 is currently listed at £165 and the 1650 is £170, essentially the same price. So I have two similar cards. What shall I do with them? Benchmark them, of course. I don't have the time or resources of bigger channels, so I'll focus on one title for now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's not the newest game around at just over 4 years old, but it does support NVIDIA and Intel GPU provided features like DLSS and XeSS. Neither of these GPUs support DLSS, so that's out, but I will look at XeSS on both. AMD's FSR2 would also have been interesting to throw into the mix, but it isn't supported by this game. Here are my system specs. And onto the benchmarking. I used the benchmark built into the game. These are lower end cards, so I chose to run at 1920 by 1080 resolution as representative of the lower end. Output was grabbed using a capture device on a second system, so there will be no impact on the test system, as would be the case from software capture. And here are the results. No, I'm not going to make you wait around for the numbers, although if you stick around there will be additional information that can't be shown in a single number. Pause if you want a closer look. On to the details. For this game, in these like-for-like settings, the GTX 1650 clearly performs better than the A380. The 1650 on highest even beats the A380 on medium setting. On both, we don't see much of a change when switching between medium to high preset, with a bigger drop going to highest. Can XeSS help here? XeSS is Intel's equivalent to NVIDIA's DLSS, and AMD's FSR2 is kind of playing in the same area but using some more different methods. These aim to improve performance by rendering at a lower resolution and scaling up the image in a nice way. The ideal goal being that you get as good or even better image quality for less computational workload compared to native rendering. Staying at the high preset on each GPU, I tried the XeSS performance and ultra quality presets, which represent the two extremes offered. XeSS performance provides a good boost to the frame rate on both, approximately 36% on the A380 and 20% on the 1650. What about impact to image quality? Here we compare the 1650's native output to the same with XeSS performance enabled, along with A380 also with XeSS performance mode. In this forest area, look at the shadow on the ground at the bottom. Notice the flickering there? And in this scene, look at the steps, the trees, fences, and even the texture of the character's clothing. Basically, things with fine repeating details can give flickering effects with XeSS performance mode enabled. This is a trade-off for that increased performance. Moving on to ultra quality mode, this setting gave no benefit to the A380 and actually introduced a 15% loss of performance on the 1650. Perhaps it could give more value at higher resolutions, but that is outside the scope of testing for this session. Looking at the same scenes again, the flickering effect is still there, although reduced compared to the performance setting. Without a performance increase, it doesn't seem worth using this particular setting, but perhaps it could give benefit in other models in the range, or other settings, or even other games. For these GPUs, if you want to use XeSS, it seems like you'll have to stick to performance setting or one of the others in that direction if you want to try to balance image quality with performance. With that, we come to an end. I hope you found this interesting and let me know if you have any comments on this content or would like to see other similar on other games. It is quite time consuming to do this, so I will have to focus. For now, thanks for watching and see you next time.